Hi and welcome back to another video. This is showing a little bit more detail than usual of this particular area. So you'll see shops for a little bit longer, so you can get more of a look and see what it was like at this particular time. It's empty. This, I was told, was supposed to be becoming a big pet store. It was a carpet shop for years. This was Ideal Electrical back in the day. Yeah, Ideal Electrical. And then you got Furniture World here, which when I first saw it, I think was Mitre 10. Well, it was definitely Mitre 10 at one stage. Then become Furniture World. So you should see a little bit more detail than you normally would on my videos, as I'm not walking it fast. So you'll be seeing on this end, probably till about the old Kirby's Corner. You get a bit more detail of it. Sit back, relax and enjoy. This is Why Young Chinese restaurant. Yep. That's the stuff you get when you're walking along doing this stuff. That's not the half of it. So you got VPG, it's like a job network, job agency, as far as I can tell and what I've been told. Here is Super Cheap Auto. It's hard to get the whole thing in the one shot, except for crossing the road. But you can get a bit of an idea of what it looks like, what it's like in front of it, and all that. And looking back towards Furniture World and all that, you can see across the road a little bit. Show that for a sec. And that way. So we're heading towards Repco and that at the moment. So you'll see the front of Super Cheap soon. This is the outside of the roadside of it. And you'll get the entrance, stairs, the garden. Then I'll go around the corner a little bit to show the entrance. And a random Coles shopping trolley. Okay, there's your Super Cheap Auto. We'll show just a little bit more to get a bit more detail. Car park. And this is Ibis Street. I-B-I-S. Ibis. On the corner of now. And here's Repco, which used to be Highway Tires. Who remembers there being a pancake place along here? There was like an old house. It was like an old Queenslander with heaps of the Queenslander style windows. And then next door there was a similar sort of place, but downstairs they turned into a few different places. There was a pancake place and all that. Then where Better Home and Living is now was once where Roscoe's Pizza was. There was charcoal chicken there at one stage. Never got to try it, but it was there. If anyone remembers charcoal chicken being there, feel free to comment. If you have any photos of it, it'd be even better. Old and new Innisfail photos on Facebook for that. To put your photos up. There's your Better Home and Living. This was Direct Division. Before that, there was also MLC Motors was in the back of it. I think it was built for them. And then they moved to one of the back streets. Okay, so here's Kennedy's Better Home and Living. Bit of detail. Back to your Repco and your Super Cheap, so you can see that a little bit more. Okay. There's your Grace Street, Bruce Highway intersection, or still classed as Eder Street, but it's part of the Bruce Highway. There's Kimmick Steel down there. Okay, so this is Leax. This is actually up for lease at the moment, so we'll get a bit of this because it could change. I think this glass somehow should be preserved. It would be awesome if it was preserved, like the name. This, at least this one here, and then the other side with the phone number on it, so that, you know, it should be preserved and put into the museum. Because apparently years before this there was a Leax store here, an actual store. It was like a, I think it was like a corner store, what I've ever been told. growing up. And you'll notice on the phone number, there's no 40. It says 611360, the old number. This here was built for Roscoe's Pizza, an Italian restaurant. This green building here. It's all up for lease, the whole thing. We'll just have a bit more of a look. Going along here. And there was also Anderson's Carpet was here for a while as well. The Anderson Carpet sign is still there around the corner. You can actually see it. I'll show it if it shows up. And then there's Mary's Grasso Motors, the Iron Man 4x4. There's the Anderson's Carpet sign, the really old one. I have photos on my old and new Innisfail photo page on Facebook of that sign, a lot newer. So this here was Tully Motors at one stage. It was Innisfail Motor Village. Well, it's been a few different car yards, Grasso Motors, all that. So I'll show this in a little bit more detail. See, there's a ramp and all that. That way. Mary's Grasso Motors sign. Make sure that gets shown, and we'll just keep going across now. We won't show people's houses, of course, privacy reasons. And then where Johnny Williams' motorcycles used to be, you can actually still see a motorbike painted on the roller door there. It was Leonard's Motors Marine. That was Hills Tractors at one stage, for a little bit, this white building. That's Coastal Farm and motorcycles. Yeah. There's the black cockatoos. We're coming up on Coastal Marine, the corner of Pelican and Edith Street, which was also Grasso Motors at one stage. So we're more showing this side, but we'll show a little bit to the other side when we can. Because the lighting's starting to die off. And so you're boating and stuff like that. And you got Signal, run by Ian, which is a tobacconist, sort of like a, what they call it, a news agency and a tobacconist in one. So we're coming up on 180 Edith Street, which is a post box. One day they may not exist, these types of post boxes. So we'll give a bit of detail of that. Just don't know what will happen with history and all that, the way things are. Yeah, interesting to show 3 years later. You can also pull the handle down for bulky items, like packages and all that. There you go. So this is your 180 Edith Street, which was the Red Circle Centre, then the Red Dot Centre, or the other way around. There was Brad Hope Taekwondo was in there. There was a, like it was Indian supermarket in there at one stage, and before that, Alice's Diner. Alice's Diner had video games in there, arcade machines and that. There was Blockbuster Video was in there on the corner, where the Rain and Horn sign is, where the chiropractor and that used to be. There was Big Tomato, which was right along, took nearly the whole back part there. Okay, let's show these black cockatoos. It's better lighting than last time I tried to capture them. So there's your 180 sign in detail, and your sign here. Of course, they stopped making their noise when I come along. I wanted to capture their sound, but you'll be hearing them along the way anyway. So there's your mobile, 24 hour. But this is your 180. You can get a bit of detail, what it was like, and all that, and back towards Boating Place and Tobacconist, Grace Street, all that. Oh, they're going off now. As I get closer, they're going off. It's supposed to be a sign of more rain, black cockatoos, from what people say. Okay, so there's Goondi Auto Wash, which used to be 2 flats. It was like an old house converted into 2 flats before this. And I remember, would have been about 2002, something like that. The fire brigade did a drill here, a fire drill here. showing how smoke alarms work and all this sort of stuff, and they burnt the house down. It was a controlled fire. They burned it down. I remember I was coming home from town. I didn't know what was happening, and there's just people galore all around here on the road. It was all closed off and all that, and people could get to it. But yeah, this old fibro 2-story place here. I don't know if anyone remembers that actually happening, the fire brigade doing that. And remember, there used to be an ice maker here, an ice machine that played Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. Pretty cool. No, that's your car wash. And there's people there, you can't really show it properly. And this little bridge. This has been a few muffler places over the years. And it's also up for sale. I don't know if the muffler place is up for sale or whether it's the place at the back. But there is a sign here. So there's your Innisfail radiators and Innisfail exhaust and radiator centre sign. I'll show that just in case they do get rid of it. And then there's your Campbell real estate sign, so it's up for sale. Well established mechanical business. Yep, walk in, walk out. So it's basically a turnkey business. It's your car line mufflers. Bit of an easier way of looking at it, show a bit of detail. Be nice if new people fix this up. It's very hard to walk on at times. And it'd be hard if you had a wheelchair and you're coming along here. All this gravel, it's been there for years. There's your mobile, the car wash, and then car line mufflers and the old bakery, which is closed down. Been closed for a couple of years now. It's very not looked after nowadays, that building. There's your Metro server. I'll have a quick show over there, and your Caltex. If you see any flickering on the Metro sign, that's from my camera, not from the actual sign. My camera does that. This is for sale, this whole building. This does flood around here when there's full-on flooding. It used to be the drive-through bakery, Goondi Hill drive-through bakery over the years. We'll quickly go a little bit down here. Then there's people coming up towards us. Just for privacy, we'll show down the side. And we'll show Innisfail Pro Motors, which I'm pretty sure is up for sale. Petted suspension on there. This is all part of the old bakery. And you got, this is the old squash courts. Alan Sultana bought it, and that's up for lease now too. It was the old squash courts. I often wonder whether they left any of the squash courts in there, or the basketball court that was in there, or the pool. There was actually a pool in there, but I think that area where the pool is, where the pool used to be, is gone. Certainly looks like it. And then you got, yeah, there's your Pro Motors, and then your John Deere. So there's your John Deere down there. We won't go all the way down. And the old BP depot, you can actually see there. So this is the old, the old Goondi squash courts. There for years. And this is your Goodyear. In here. Sorry about the noise in my bag. I'm moving around in it. This is Castleberry Street that I'm walking back up. It's also got the tennis club sign there. Okay, we're coming up. This is more Goodyear Auto Care, so you can see it a bit more detailed than normal. Then get more of an idea what it was like and what this particular area was like. With these hedges and stuff. And back towards town, mobile, bakery and such. And here's what the payphones look like. It's good change because they're not paid anymore. You don't have to pay to use them within Australia, to call them within Australia. And that flickering's from the camera. So detailed. Show what they're written on here. 204 Edith Street, corner of Castlereagh Street. Because this is a more detailed video, we'll show it a little bit longer. You can actually read it, see what it says about it. Pause to read if you want to read a bit longer. Don't went too fast. And there you go. So that's the whole setup they have for them. The enclosure and stuff. Okay, so we're coming up. IBS Engineering was across there where the Caltex is. There's the Woolworths Caltex. This is Goodyear. This Reese Plumbing building, I remember it being made for Hayman's Electrical. I've actually got photos on my Innisfail group of it being Hayman's Electrical. There's your Goondi Hill Hotel, up towards Goondi Hill. So another look at the Goodyear, and then back towards town. You can just get a bit of an idea of what it was like. These might change over the years too, so I've got a whole album on my Innisfail group that is called, I think it's Look Down, which is all these types of things. Sometimes the Northern Iron and Brass Foundry ones, the PNG ones, PMG, the Telecom, the Telstra, all those sort of ones. So you can see what they're like, what it was like, and all that. If you ever see like a Northern Iron and Brass Foundry, Wangan, one of those types of things around, even if it's not in Innisfail, if you find it somewhere else out in the wild, some street or whatever, in a different town, feel free to add it to the Innisfail group, the old and new Innisfail photos group, and put where you found it. That'd be awesome. See where people find them. Seeing it's a local thing, there's a Northern Iron and Brass Foundry one here. Actually see it here. NIBF in there. Sometimes there's circular ones too you can get. There's an Optus one. While we're at it, and this is the old Kirby's Corner. Brent McCarley had a shop here at one stage. Used to go to his greengrocer. And that. No. Wayne Bradshaw, I think his name was, had a newsagent here. And then Brent McCarley also had a real estate here. There was a butcher here at one stage. There's a few different things along here at one stage. There was Deb's Snack Bar, then Goondi Hill Snack Bar. Deb's Snack Bar was owned and ran by Mrs. White. Oh, she had really nice, sold really nice dim sims, like the big dim sims. Oh, they were so nice. And the chips, I still remember that. Yeah, the old Kirby's Corner. It's sad to see it go. It was Kirby's latest fashion. And all that here as well. Mrs. Kirby. I actually bought the front counter off Mrs. Kirby when she was selling out. I'm pretty sure it was Mrs. Kirby that sold it to me. I had it until Cyclone Larry. When she sold out of there, it was part of history. Wish I still had it. Really nice, good quality countertop with shelves and drawers and stuff in it. Yeah, it was really solid. Had that for a few years. Loved it. So this is Station Street. We'll go up to the top of Goondi Hill while we're at it. Who remembers the old Railway Institute building, which was down there? See where it goes down and then flattens out near the footpath? It was down that way. Yeah, I remember that being there. And you got the barber shop and the Thai massage and Simo's Goondi Hill Hotel. Then you're looking back towards Caltex, the old Kirby's Corner, Reese Plumbing, and so on. That's down towards Timsy Seafood. All that right down the other end of the street. Okay. So we're coming up on a few signs we'll show for old time's sake. Who remembers when you used to be able to drive down here and there was old entrance signs and stuff here, really old style. Yeah, you used to be able to drive down here, and there was another way, another one a bit further up you could go down. There's the old entrance to the railway. I'll go back a second. See the other one here. See the other one here. And the railway line. The boom gates stuff. Bit of detail. I usually show a telecom sign that's just back there. You can't move people around so much. Yeah, there's a full-on telecom sign. Oh, there's one here too. I'll show it then while I'm here. The old school telecom sign. See if you can read it. Show it as much detail as I can. There's the old telecom sign. Another one a bit further down. The railway line to the railway station. Picture of the radiant.qld.edu.au. Okay, so we're coming up on walking over Goondi Hill, where we'll finish just up here. This is up for sale, so we'll show it. Used to be just a way for people to walk up there to go to Canal Street, Pollution Street and all that. That paddock there, spare allotment, whatever. To 32,000, well, can't read it properly from over here. 3250 meters squared commercial block. You never know, that someone might build there one day, so it shows what it was like beforehand. This here needs a good trim regularly, but doesn't get it often enough. Be nice if they concreted it and then cleaned the concrete regularly. Be a lot safer, like they did over East Innisfail, but they didn't clean it very often on Merlin Road there. Okay, thanks for watching, for joining in. Any comments, feel free to comment, subscribe, like, share this video on social media. It helps the channel out, helps the channel to grow. Even if you just subscribe and never watch a video, it still helps the channel. Even if you just comment a smiley face or something like that, it really helps. Okay, thanks for watching. This is Bestestimes, keeping memories alive.